Alright guys, I know we've been talking about NFTs in video games quite a bit lately. That's just because there's been a lot about it. And today I wanted to talk about a company that, just thinks that we're too dumb to get it, alright? Consumers are just not there at understanding NFTs. They didn't go out of their way and call us dumb, but yeah, Ubisoft basically came out and said that we just don't understand why they're adding it. So regardless, I figured we could talk about it, because why not? Let's go.
I'm getting quiet now. Laying low when you reach zone, piping down, making out, stack the bread.
Alright, so before we get crazy into this, I just want to make it clear that, I am by no means an NFT expert, okay? I don't think I'm Mr. Crypto out here. That being said, it is always hilarious to see a company come out and be like, you guys hate this, but you just don't understand. It's never gonna work well, bro. It's like that one game conference when all the Diablo players found out there was gonna be a mobile game, and when they booed, they're like, don't you have phones? Yeah, man, but being in touch with what the customers want is also an important part of the business. Ubisoft says that players don't get what makes NFTs so beneficial. This is part of a paradigm shift in gaming. Listen, man, this is what I don't think you get, Ubisoft, okay? I don't want to have to understand an entire secondary financial market in order to be able to enjoy your video game, bro. Let's be honest here, NFTs are essentially another financial instrument slash collectible. It's a collectible that goes up in value. That's what most people look at them like. I don't want to have to go out and understand how to purchase these and what is a good rate, what's not, in order to play your game. Ubisoft, your Uplay stuff is so bad, I barely play your games to begin with. Y'all just can't come out here and expect me to learn a whole secondary market to deal with this crap. Oh, I would play Assassin's Creed, but, I accidentally bought an NFT someone listed at triple the price and got burned, and now I don't like it anymore. Obviously, there's going to be some benefits to it, but, there's some very obvious downsides that could happen with NFTs, and I don't think people are, not getting it. I just think they're aware of the fact that, gaming is their hobby, right? Most people aren't playing video games as their full-time job like a Ubisoft worker. To them, it's probably not worth learning so much about this NFT technology and where to store an NFT and all that, considering that in the first place, they look at gaming as a hobby, dude. It's not like it's their career, Last year, Ubisoft announced Quartz, an NFT platform that is to be adopted across some of the firm's most popular games. The reactions from the general public was negative to say the least, and it doesn't seem like the venture was all that successful commercially either. However, Nicholas Poyard, hopefully I said that right, VP at Ubisoft Strategic Innovation Labs, has been speaking about the future of Quartz and feels that gamers are hating the idea because they don't understand currently the benefits of NFTs. Listen, man, I do understand that there are some benefits to NFTs. If I buy a collectible on the blockchain, then, it's registered to me. I can always trade it on the blockchain. It makes a lot of things easier to have transactions back and forth with. It allows things to rise in value, if you set it up that way. I understand someone was explaining to me that, they don't have to let it have a floating value. That being said, it's just the cost-benefit analysis, right? You gotta look at the costs, you gotta look at the benefits, and you gotta say which one's better. On one hand, I can just play video games the way I play video games. I log into Steam, I buy the game, I play it. If I want to buy some skins, I buy the whatever coin is on that game and I buy the skins. Sometimes there's a Steam marketplace, sometimes there's not, right? It's fine. I like it. It's not complicated. There's a lot of benefits, not a whole lot of downsides. Now we're talking about everything's on a blockchain with the ledger, and which NFT version of Rainbow Six Siege do you have? If you don't have this version, I don't know if they're compatible. It's just why are you overcomplicating this so much? I'm sure there are some people out there that would love this. If you're a big investor guy, then by all means, this probably is awesome to you. That being said, you gotta look at this from the perspective of the average gamer. I love investing, I love that stuff. Maybe I would get into it, hypothetically. But the average person who's trying to just play video games 4 hours a week after work, or before they have to take the kids to soccer practice, whatever it is, they don't want to have to be dealing with all this crap, dude. It just doesn't need to be this complicated. And, Ubisoft is currently trying to spin it as we're trying to help consumers. They're talking about how if things are used in NFT form, you can resell it. You know what's nuts? There was also this thing called a disc that I could take and resell pretty easily. That was also pretty convenient, dude. It's crazy. These things called NFTs, they used to be this thing called stuff, and you held it in your hand. You know, I'm not against all NFTs, but that being said, oh, we need to make an NFT version of a digital game so that way you own the game. Well, then why did we switch off discs? Like, wasn't that we're just going back to owning a disc with extra steps? I think gamers don't get what a digital secondary market can bring to them. For now, because of the current situation and context of NFTs, gamers really believe it's first destroying the planet, and second, it's just a tool for speculation. But we at Ubisoft are seeing it first as the end game, or what we're seeing first is the end game. The end game is about giving players the opportunity to resell their items once they're finished with them, or if they're finished playing the game itself. So it's really for them. It's really beneficial, but they don't get it for now. Also, part of this paradigm shift is gaming. Moving from one economic system to another is not easy to handle. There are a lot of habits you need to go against and a lot of ingrained mindsets you have to shift. It takes time. We know that. All right, man. Okay. Fair enough, Mr. Ubisoft. Gamers need a secondary market. They have to have NFTs so they can resell their stuff when they're done playing the game. Fair. All right. You know what? One problem. It doesn't have to be NFTs, bro. I get it's like fun technology, you know, the future quantum NFT tech, but if you wanted to buy and resell games, there was discs. And you know what's crazy? If you wanted to make a marketplace for people to be able to buy and sell weapon skins and all that stuff, you can do it. Yeah, I know you don't need blockchain to make a marketplace, but Steam has been letting people buy and sell CSGO skins on that marketplace for quite a long time. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys don't understand. If we add NFTs to all of our games, then you guys can buy and sell items. Well, you could have done it without NFTs, actually. So, like, listen, man, this is what I hate about companies sometimes. If you were just like, look, NFTs would add the ability for you to buy and sell items, you know, it would add the ability for us to get a small percentage of it, everybody wins. That's fine. Like, you didn't need to add the word NFT. That already exists. If you just said, hey, we did a digital marketplace, that doesn't mean it has to be blockchain, crypto, NFT, super tech. Like, you're just throwing in all these buzzwords when you made a version of the Steam marketplace. Like, that's basically what you did. But when you try to convince me that you're adding these NFTs for my benefit, you know, when the reality is you could set up these systems without it, it's like, come on, man. Do you think I'm stupid? And I'm not accusing them of trying to pull one over on us. You know, I think probably if you work at Ubisoft, there's a way that you look at things that's different from people that don't work at Ubisoft. If your salary and income is dependent on, you know, the future of gaming and all that stuff, you probably look at technology, NFTs, what people want, very differently than if you're not involved in that industry. That's the way it looks at everything. You know, the way I look at making a YouTube video is different than somebody that doesn't make YouTube videos does. So I don't think they're necessarily trying to, like, you know, call us stupid blatantly, but it certainly feels like that a little bit when they're trying to be like, no, guys, you can sell stuff when you're done with it. It's like, yeah, we used to do that with discs, and I can sell my weapon skins in some games. This isn't some crazy new innovative idea, dude. This has been around since 2016. Just because you take the same business model that's existed for a decade and slap NFT on the end of it doesn't mean you came up with some crazy new innovative idea, bro. Ready? Here's my new business idea. I'm gonna make a transportation vehicle, right? It's gonna have 4 wheels. It's gonna move. And it's gonna be sold at these places. There are a lot of them, dealerships, right? And it's a transportation vehicle, but it's not a car. It's not a car. I'll have you know that it's not a car. It's a cryptocurrency transportation unit. Like, I just described the car business and said cryptocurrency, but I didn't actually invent anything that people hadn't done before. Well, it was a reaction we were expecting when referring to the negative reaction. We know it's not an easy concept to grasp, but Quartz is really just a first step that should lead to something bigger, something that will be more easily understood by our players. That's why we think about it, or that's the way we think about it, and we will keep experimenting. We will keep releasing features and services around this initiative, and our belief is that piece by piece, the puzzle will be revealed and understood by our players, and we hope they will understand the value we offer them. All right, Ubisoft, listen, I'm figuring, I don't know if anyone will see this, but if somebody does see this, you know, I expect at least 200 grand in my business email for this brilliant offer, or this brilliant idea. Copy the Steam Marketplace. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. That'll wrap up the video. Instead of having to make an entire new NFT marketplace and make everyone understand crypto and NFTs, you can just do what people already do for digital items in games. And it's not like Valve's not printing money on that, dog. You know, I don't think NFTs are as complicated as people who like NFTs would like to have you believe, dude. I think they love to say it's complicated because a lot of the stuff they say just sounds stupid, and it's easier to go, oh, it's complicated, than like admit that it's stupid. You know, I don't think all NFTs are stupid, but this situation, dude, like, why do the items have to be NFT that we can trade on a crypto? Like, it's just like, why? Couldn't you just do this all in-house and avoid all of the NFTs and stuff? And listen, man, the reason that they're doing this is because they're gonna make a lot of money. They would make a lot of money either way, you know, but companies don't exist to not make a profit. It's not anything against Ubisoft. I don't think Ubisoft is especially evil. Hello, newsflash, every company on the planet's goal is to make money. That being said, dude, you know, clearly y'all are trying to get a little bit of the hype from NFTs and all that stuff on your side, and that's okay, that's fine. But don't pretend that, like, we have to use this super complicated technology that's not easy to understand because otherwise we can't make a digital marketplace. Because that's just bullcrap, bro. Like, you totally could. And the last thing I'm going to say about that little quote, right? I feel like he doesn't realize that he's kind of beating his own argument by calling it a super hard to understand technology. Let me get this straight. Your plan is to build a revenue stream where a ton, like a crap ton of people use this marketplace. But the marketplace itself is very hard to understand. I don't know if those two things really go hand in hand, bro. You know, like, I just can't really see a world where a very hard to understand concept is adopted by the masses. And that's with anything. That's not specific to video games. That's not specific to NFTs. If you sat here and said, I'm going to get a majority of people to understand, you know, relative physics. Sure, it's hard to understand, but we can do it. I would be like, yeah, maybe you can, but the odds of getting the general public to voluntarily learn about something complicated is slim to none, especially when the current system isn't that broken. Like, the way that we currently buy games and stuff isn't bad enough for me to want to go understand this super scary, hard to understand concept. Because it's like, it's just why? Like, why? Like, you have to give consumers a reason why they want to go learn about all this bullcrap technology you're putting into the world. And if you just call it super complicated and hard to understand, that's not encouraging to the consumers to go out and actually learn it. And even beyond that, dude, I just went and looked at Ubisoft Quartz, right? It's basically it's just a marketplace where you can buy and sell unique digital items. What? That's not an insanely hard concept to understand, bro. I've bought CSGO knives before. He adds to their listening to what our fans are telling us, and the next move is to make sure that what we're doing will make even more sense to gamers. NFTs have been a hot topic over the past few months with the likes of Konami, Sega, EA, Square Enix, and either experimenting with them or discussing them openly in the public. At the end of the day, I understand companies are gonna do what they're gonna do to make money, right? It just is what it is, that's why they exist. But like, pretending that you have to be adding, you know, blockchain, super crypto, NFT technology to make a digital marketplace, you're kind of just insulting our intelligence, bro. You can make and buy and sell digital items without it having to be blockchain certified NFT technology, and now you have to understand more complicated stuff. You could basically do it the way that every other company with a digital marketplace for their games have done it, you know? Like, under this logic, by what they're explaining and making, dude, could you consider a gold in World of Warcraft to be an NFT? Like, just because something is a digital item that you can trade to somebody else doesn't mean we have to tokenify it, make it a speculative item, and like over-financialize the ever-loving crap out of it. Anyways, that was a little bit more of an uncohesive rant than it was like a cohesive video, but you guys get what I'm saying. Come on, man, just like, come on. I'll respect your company a lot more if you're not trying to bullcrap me into thinking this is somehow better than me when all the technology you're talking about's existed. But if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments section down below. Let me know if you dislike it, if you disagree, if you think I'm a moron. I don't care. Say whatever you want. On that note, though, like, comment, subscribe. If you really want to help me out, I'll put a link to the intro song down below, along with a link to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, or of course, you could use code SCRUBBY at the G Fuel checkout. From now until the 31st of the month, it's actually going to be 30% off, so be sure to go get yourself some G Fuel. And the last link in the description is going to be a link to the merch store, so be sure to go pick yourself up a t-shirt. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, you might get clotheslined. And yeah, on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'm going to go read up on my NFTs just because the guy said it was a hard to understand concept, you know, and so I gotta go do some studying. I'm out. Peace.